Hello everybody, this is a no save no damage run of Silent Hill Origins, getting the good ending on the PS2 version of the game.
Who'd I just pass there? That you, good buddy?
Treetop tall and wall to wall. Travis, you messed up son of a bitch. What you doing on my road?
Late on a gig, bud. I'm taking the shortcut past Silent Hill. Stopping for coffee as soon as I hit Brahms. I'm beat.
Bad dreams still keeping you awake. I told you, man, a girl or two would go a long way. Sleep like a baby with a chick in your cab.
Guess I just don't meet the right girls, bud.
Maybe if you weren't always blabbering about losing your balance when you were young, how you don't even remember how, why.
Hey, chill. You don't see me bringing up your issues.
No need. My old lady keeps me fully informed of my feelings. The girl keeps notes.
You mean she hasn't left you yet?
Any day now. See you around, Travis. Take it easy.
10-4. Catch you later, buddy. Huh? Hey, come back!
Alright, let's start. So, first of all, this is the PlayStation 2 version of the game, playing on emulator with a textures patch and also a 60 FPS patch without the noise filter, like it has a noise filter remover. That's why it looks pretty good. But there's some bad things about the PS2 version of the game. For example, first of all, the PS2 version is very dark, unlike the PSP version. And also the load times takes more time than the PSP version. So if you are trying to make a run or a speed run or a no damage run, no hit run in this game, play the PSP version, do not play this version. The only good thing about the PS2 version is that it has better textures, nothing else.
Oh, fuck. It's smoke. My God. Someone's in there.
So in the burning house section is just about going on the ways I'm going. But the flames on the walls, like certain flames in the walls, can stagger Travis, but they don't inflict damage. Like they inflict 0 damage. There's a lot of things in this game that stagger Travis, but it kinda look that you get damage, but it's not like that. It's not like that. And I'm gonna explain that when we pass through those specific sections. So, in the burning house, the flames in the walls, some specific flames, can stagger Travis, but they don't inflict damage. And maybe you wonder how you know that, because in this game there's a very annoying thing that you can use heal items even when you are at 100% HP. And I know that because I was working on a tool for this game to know the HP values, and I figured out that Travis has 100% HP value. And I test everything, like all the grabs, all the staggers, to know if the enemies deal damage. And for example, this stagger on the flames deals damage to Travis, and it doesn't.
Safe now. Hey! Someone help her! Where is everyone? Where am I? Silent Hill. What happened last night? That girl. Did she make it? They would have taken her to the hospital. Coon Street. I need to see if she's okay.
So once we end the burning house section, we're gonna be teleported to Silent Hill, and we have to go to the hospital. So in Silent Hill Origins, there's an stamina mechanic. I think all the Silent Hill games has an stamina mechanic, but in this game it's important. In the other games it's not very important. In this game it is, because you will see. I don't know if you will see it right now, but Travis will get tired, and when he gets tired like that, that means he's out of stamina and he's recharging. And he's lower, of course, when he's without stamina, when he's tired.
Hey, you a doctor?
Can I help you?
That fire last night. The girl who was burned. Is she here?
A girl? We've received no new patients in the last day or so. Was she hurt?
She was burned all over.
Are you a relative? What did you say her name was?
I don't know her name. I was the one who saved her from the fire. She must have been brought here. Is there another hospital?
I'm sorry. Perhaps someone in reception could help you. I have urgent business to attend to. Goodbye.
There's a very interesting thing about the stamina in this game, and it's that in outdoors it takes more time to refill your stamina than in indoors. In indoors it will take you only like 1-2 seconds to completely regen your stamina, but in outdoors it will take you like, I think, 7, even 10 seconds.
Yes? You okay? What?
So once we encounter the first enemy, just turn on your light and enter to this room, then try to go to the room again. More cutscenes.
you're the girl from the fire. How did you... I'm seeing things. This ain't right.
After the last cutscene, just pick up the plastic lungs and get out of here with the lights off. So another mechanic in Silent Hill Origins is the lights, like your lantern. The enemies will be like extremely aggro to you if you are with your lantern on, but if you are with your lantern off, they will basically be blind. The only way they can aggro to you when your lantern is off is that you will have to be on their faces, like basically on their faces. Right here I forget completely about the route because I supposed to go here first instead of going to the double door. Then after we pick up the golden egg, we have to go to the room that is on our left side. Pick up the deep standard, I think is it called, and the heart. So the combination for this puzzle is 312, 319. So another mechanic in this game is the movement. The movement is not a tank movement like in any other Silent Hill games or classic Resident Evil games. In Silent Hill Origins, the movement is directional left stick movement. Something like Resident Evil 1 Remake, but before that, as soon as you enter to this room, move your left stick down. So by doing that, you will avoid completely the first nurse and then go to this door and use the golden egg. And always enter to this room with the lantern off, otherwise the first nurse will completely aggro to you and will change the position of the nurses up when you go back to that specific room. So I was talking about the movement. So the movement is something like Resident Evil 1 Remake, like the alternate movement system of Resident Evil 1 Remake and Resident Evil 0. So the movement is camera directional. Like it depends of the camera how you will move your character with the left stick. It's kind of annoying because the cameras can change like immediately in some movement that you are making. I will immediately change the movement that you are making with the left stick. So you will have to memorize the movement of the left stick depending on the cameras that you will encounter in the game. At the beginning it's very annoying and it's kind of frustrating. But once you get used to it, it will get better. So we pick up the key to open this door and we also pick up the toaster. So in this game there are melee weapons, there are throwable weapons, and there are firearms. This puzzle is very simple, just do it in the order I'm making it, otherwise it won't be solved. But as I was saying, there are throwables and melee weapons. Both throwable and melee weapons have some durance. Like they won't last forever like in any other Silent Hill games. They will get destroyed after some time of being used, and the throwables only have one use. The throwables are very useful for some specific parts and some specific games. Some specific enemies that you will encounter. So here, I like to move to this angle right here, avoid the north attack, and then go directly to this door. So once we use the eyes, we're gonna equip the deep standard. I think it's the deep standard. Excuse me if it's not the deep standard. And then we're gonna encounter the first boss. After the cutscene, hold the attack and then just spam the attack button. So in this game there are two kinds of auto attacks. Now that I realize there's a lot of mechanics in this game, but I will explain that after the cutscenes.
What is this? You. What was that thing? This isn't happening.
Are you okay? Sorry, did I startle you? My name is Lisa. I'm a trainee here. Are you waiting for someone?
No. No, I'm just... Well, I'm done here. Name's Travis. Nice to meet you, Lisa.
You sure you're okay? You look a little shaken up. Sorry.
No, it's okay. To be honest, I've been a little off all day. I was in a fire last night. I think it boiled my brain a little.
The fire in the business district? How awful. I heard about that. No one knows how it got started. And that poor girl, Alessa Gillespie, to die like that.
Alessa? She died?
Yes. Sorry, did you know her?
No. But... never mind.
Well, I have to run. Dr. Kaufman wants to meet me over at Cedar Grove Sanatorium, and he'll be mad if I'm late. Maybe see you around? Take it easy, Travis.
You too, Lisa.
Alright, so there are two ways to attack in this game with melee weapons. Excluding the throwables, because the throwables are another kind of attack, if we can call it like that. So with melee weapons like the deep standard or a knife or a hammer or anything like this, a melee weapon that you cannot throw it. If you press the aim button and you hold the action button, like in the PlayStation 2 case is the X button, like the aiming is the R1 and the action button is X. If you hold the action button while you're aiming, Travis will hold his attack, like he will charge his attack. And by charging, he will make a stronger attack with the melee weapon. But it will take time because you have to charge it, of course. But it's different like a normal attack, like just tapping the action button when you're aiming. And you see it with the deep standard. When I start the fight with the straitjacket, I hold the attack, I make one charge attack, and then after the charge attack, I make 4 normal attacks, and then the straitjacket was on the floor, and I just finished the straitjacket. When the enemies are on the floor, you can finish them just by standing on them and pressing the action button without aiming. And it doesn't matter if you have a melee weapon or you are unarmed. Travis will always kill them like that. And in Silent Hill Origins and even in all the Silent Hill games, it's the best way to kill the enemies, because if you try to continue hitting them even with a fire weapon or a firearm when they are on the floor, they will be like, they are very tanky and they won't die. So it's like a finishing movement that you are able to perform to the enemies when they are on the floor. So that's the strat for the straitjacket. It's a very consistent strat. Sometimes it won't work, and only happens on the PS2 version. Unfortunately, that strat sometimes won't work because the straitjacket will kinda immediately throw you acid when you are making the charge attack, or after the charge attack and you are making the normal attacks, he will throw you acid. For some reason, the frame will go out, even if you stagger him. But as I told you, that only happens in the PS2 version. In the PSP, that strat is 100% consistent and it won't fail. It will never fail. So maybe you notice just now I use an energy drink. That's how you can avoid the stamina deplete on Travis. When Travis gets tired, you can use an energy drink and he will be active again and you can continue running. So I like to use in this section because it's like a very long section. We have to go to the sanatorium. But yeah, that's so with the throwables it's different. I'm gonna explain that when we use a throwable. How you can like the charge attack with a throwable is different than with a normal melee weapon that you cannot throw, you know. So the straitjackets, maybe you notice in all the street section, but they are not very hard to avoid. You can just go around them. Do not get close to them when you're dodging them or when you're going around them, because The straitjacket, unlike the nurses and other enemies, excuse me, has a grab attack. And in this game, when the enemies grab you, they give you quick time events. And when they grab you, the grab doesn't inflict damage as long as you don't fail the quick time event. But if you fail the quick time event, if you fail it, it will inflict damage. And that's also another thing that I test with when I was watching the HP values of Travis in this game. Like I tested with all the enemies, even with one of the last bosses that can grab you, and it doesn't inflict damage. So, but you have to make the quick time events, of course. But yeah, about dodging or going around the straitjackets enemies, just take some space between them when you're going around them, and you should be fine. They won't like grab you, because if you try to go around them very close to them,
You were at the fire. I saw you there.
Of course you did. That was my house, burning. My daughter, Alessa. You were the one who saved her.
Yeah, she was your daughter? Why did you leave her? Why did no one help? You all left that girl to burn.
So we did. The world is stranger than you think.
You're crazy. What happened to her? Lisa said she was dead.
Alessa is with those who care for her. Do not trust her, Travis. She does not know what she is doing.
How do you know my name? Hey, answer me. They're all crazy.
They are called remnants. The remnants doesn't have a grab attack, by the way. They will immediately attack you, and of course you inflict damage, so just avoid them completely. And they kind of tanky, so they are very interesting. And I'm gonna talk more about them on the bad ending, where I have to kill them. Because by the way, the bad ending in this game, it's kinda harder than the good ending, to be honest. And I think it's one of the few games that the bad ending is harder to get than the good ending, because in bad ending you have to kill more than 100 enemies. And I'm not joking. But anyway, going back, we just make the puzzle in the iron lung, is moving the left button 2 times, the one in the center 2 times, and the one in the right 2 times. Then we pick up the key and we just leave this place. Now we have to go to the basement. The remnant will disappear after we pick up the key, by the way. After we pick up the key on the iron lung. So by the way, those red triangles in the walls are the places where you can save the game. These are not save, no damage run, so I'm not gonna save the game at all. So right here, these are the carrions. I think they're called carrions, right? Yeah, they're called carrions. So the carrions are very dangerous, so be very careful about them. Thankfully enough, when on indoors, as I told you, the enemies are kind of blind if you are with your lantern off, so they are not very dangerous. But outside in the streets, they are extremely dangerous, and it's because the carrions has a 1 frame out attack. Like they're very fast and they jump. I think like, I don't know how the range is very large, so be careful with them. So right here we enter. Here we open this button that will make the key go down, and we just sleep. The nurses will despawn and they will be replaced with straitjackets, but the straitjackets are on a very convenient places where we don't have to worry about them. So we enter to the bathroom, we use the window. So I didn't mention that in this game, Travis can go through the windows, and when he goes through the windows, he can go to another dimension of Silent Hill, like the Nightmare dimension. Right on that chair there was some bullets. Then we leave here and we have to go to the first floor. Once we are on the first floor, Travis will have some memories from his past, because the boss of this specific section, the Sanatorium, is Travis' mom. So about some lore in this game, some of the bosses are Travis' relatives, and some other bosses are Alessa's nightmares. So after we go back to the normal reality, we have to go to one of the So we pick up the pistol bullets right there. We pick up the key right here. Don't mind that floor without textures, or glitched textures. Then go around the... Oh my god, I forgot the name of these enemies again. The Remnant. Right here there are nurses. The nurses can be on different... Like, they can start moving on different ways. And depending on that, you have to avoid them. Most of the time you'll just avoid them by going in the center of the hallway. But some other times you'll have to go to the left side or even to the right side, depending on where the nurses moves. And of course, do not go with your lantern on. Then we pick up the pistol's bullets right here and we leave this storage. And we go here. And we are back to the first floor, to the main entrance of the sanatorium. We have to move our left stick down and... Oh, excuse me, here's this part. Then after we leave this, move down and to the left side. Now we will go right here. And we have to go to the patient belongings room. Right here we pick up the first shotgun ammo of the game. You can pick up the typewriter if you want to. I'm not gonna pick it up because I don't need it. Then we go to the mirror and go to the nightmare reality or dimension. And right here there's a shotgun, and on the floor there's more shotgun shells. So right here, this is an old strat, by the way. Oh no, this is the new one. Yeah, this is the new one. Just going directly to these two doors, avoiding the carrion completely. That carrion can be facing you, but because you are in the darkness and you are without your lantern on, he shouldn't be able to attack you unless you go directly to his face. But as long as you go around them, taking some space between you and the carrion, should be fine. Just avoid these remnants. It's very good that Travis get tired right here, because on the way out, after we pick up the key right inside of this room, we want to have the full stamina, because we're gonna perform a dodge that is kind of risky. And if you are out of stamina when you're performing the dodge, the remnants will hit you. So the dodge is right here, like this. You start running forward. For the first remnant, just go to the left side. And for these two, you have to go in middle of them, but going first to the right, then to the left side. It's very important you go first to the right and then to the left side for the dodge, otherwise the one on the left side will hit you if you go first to the left side instead of the right. But as I told you, if you're out of stamina when you're making the dodge, the last remnant will hit you, because Travis will be slower. So it's very good that Travis gets tired before that. If you want to like completely avoid or not worry about the stamina getting depleted, you can use an energy drink if you want to. Or you can wait a little before making the dodge, and there will be more space between the two remnants, and the dodge will be free. Like there's a lot of things to avoid, like how to avoid those remnants. You can even turn on the light and then turn it off to aggro one remnant. And by doing that, you will have enough space to just go around them. Like that will be the safest strat. So with that key, we open the archives room. We're gonna pick up the shotgun shells that are on this desk. Then we're gonna go to the mirror. And after we go to the nightmare reality, there's a katana, the power of anime right here. Then we just leave this room. And we go to Travis' right side and just avoid enemies. Don't worry about them. Like in the good ending, you will watch me that I don't kill a lot of enemies. I only kill the enemies that are a threat. And like in all my runs, enemies that are on rooms that I will go back most of the time. But in Silent Hill games, or at least in Silent Hill Origins, the enemies despawn and they spawn other enemies. So it's not kind of worth it to kill enemies to the places that you will go over and over. So right here, this is the trouble. So we're gonna equip a toaster, and when you hold the attack button, like when you hold the action button where you're aiming with a trouble, Travis will throw the item instead of just make a charge attack like with a melee weapon. But with the troubles you can also attack. Like if you tap the action button when you are aiming, it will work like a melee weapon instead of a throwable weapon. It will only work as a throwable weapon when you hold the action button. But for the carrions, the throwable weapons are very useful because, as you can see, you will stagger them, and when they are on the floor, you can kill them with just one throwable weapon. So that's why the throwable weapons are very good for no damage runs, because the carrions are like the most dangerous enemies, at least for no damage runs. So right here, the puzzle, this little puzzle is putting the yellow peel on the last doll, the green one on the first one, then the blue on the second and third one, and the red one on the fourth one. So this is the last key we need for the doctor room. In the doctor room we're gonna find an item, and a specific item that will give us access to the boss of this section, the Sanatorium. So just avoid enemies. If you are out of stamina when you're about to avoid this enemy, just go around him on the left side like I just did. If you are full stamina, you can go around him on the right side and go directly to the door. Like the dodges will change depending on the stamina that you have. So that's why if you watch more runs that I have in this game, you will watch sometimes that I dodge enemies differently than I do in other runs. It's not because like I find... Well, sometimes it will be because I find better strats. But most of the time it will be because of the stamina management. Like the stamina management is very important in this game. So there was a carry-on before this room, by the way, so that's why I just hacked the wall as soon as I entered to this room. Or before entering to this room, excuse me. But on the other reality, there's no carry-on, there's an street jacket. He's not a threat, just go directly to this door. Avoid him completely. Now go to the first floor, and we will be back to the main hall, like the main entrance of the sanatorium. That's where you will find the doctor room. There will be nurses in this main hall. Just avoid them, they are not a threat. So once we pick up this item, I think it's called I don't know, it has a very weird name. But once you pick up that item, all the enemies will despawn in the sanatorium, or at least most of the enemies that will be on our way to the boss fight. And there's very good music right now, so I'm just gonna shut up and let you hear it. So we go to the nightmare dimension in the mirror in the bathroom. We reload our pistol, that's very important. And then after we leave the bathroom, we just run forward and you will encounter a very interesting door where you have to use the item that we pick up in the doctor room. Jocasta artifact, that's the name of the item.
Lisa? You're here too? Can you see all this stuff? Is it all dark for you too?
It's so sad. They can't do anything for her. She just sits there. She wants her boy so badly.
Who are you talking about? Is the girl inside? Alessa? Is Alessa in there?
No. No! You know who's in there!
Mama? Daddy said you were dead. Are you dead?
I'm not dead. Locked away. Out of sight, out of mind, not dead. I asked them to bring my boy to me.
Mama.
Come here, boy. Let Mama take a look at you.
Alright, so for Momma, as soon as you gain control of Travis after the cutscene, just start shooting and get a space between you and the boss. When the boss gets close to you, just do the same. Take some space between you and the boss. This boss, I think, has like four or five? I think it's only 4 kinds of attacks. And the most dangerous one are the ones with the spikes, because the ones with the spikes are the ones that has the longest range of all, like this one. This one has the longest range of all. So that's the one that you have to be very careful about. So that's the strat. I find the cheese right here, and as you can see, the boss is not moving at all. This is very easy to perform in the PS2 version of the game, because in the PS2 version of the game, like, you have more visual space between you and the enemy. But it's also possible to perform this cheese in the PSP version. It's in a very specific place that you have to put the boss in order to cheese the boss and making her to not move at all.
This is just like before. What's happening here? That thing, it couldn't have been. Are you making this happen? Are you doing this? Wait. No. Don't go. I need to know.
But that's Momma. After you use all your pistol ammunition, just use the shotgun to finish her. And that's a boss fight. Like the most important thing about that boss fight is taking a space between you and the boss. Do not get close to the boss, otherwise you'll get hit very easily. So we pick up the key, the lumberyard key in the car, and we have to leave the sanatorium from where we came from. So in the door, there's a carrion that can be waiting for you. So the best way to avoid it, first of all, the camera will kind of troll you in the main door. But then just take a very wide curve, very wide angle, because you don't know where is the carrion, because the carrion is on the camera change, and if you go to the camera change, it's very possible that the carrion will hit you. So that's why I take a very wide angle in order to avoid completely carrion that is on the entrance. So once I'm out of stamina, if I have an energy drink, I'm just gonna use it right here. But maybe you use the energy drink in the basement when I told you that you can use an energy drink in order to avoid the stamina deplete when you are dodging the remnants, you know. But then the other enemies, like the straight jackets, are basically free to avoid, so don't worry about them. The carrions always take space between you and the carrions, and they make a very specific noise or scream when they aggro to you in the streets. So as soon as you hear that, you just start taking a space between you and them. And the enemies in the streets has a very wide and long range of aggro, so do not get overconfident about them, like in indoors, you know, because in indoors the aggro it's minimal, but in outdoors it's not. But anyway, now we are on our way to the theater. There's a lot of carrions on the way, by the way, so as soon as you hear the scream, as I told you, just start taking space between you and them. Do not get overconfident. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you how they attack here because I won't perform any dodge, because you can dodge that attack, but it's very precise, because as soon as the attack releases, you have to move back and then continue moving. But it's risky for a no-hit run, no-hit, no-damage run. So if I just avoid them, or I'm just gonna kill them. Maybe we'll watch an attack being avoided by one shot and shell, because it's possible to cancel their attacks with a shot and shell or a rifle shot. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that on this run. Maybe on the bad ending I do that, I can't remember. But anyway, so in Silent Hill games, you can get lost very easily because it's kind of an open world, right? Because there's a whole town that you can visit. So the ways to one place to another, like for example from the hospital to the sanatorium, or to the sanatorium to the theater, or to the theater to the motel, you can get lost very, very easily. So the routing the streets will be the hardest part of making a no damage or a speedrun, because it's a lot of memory. You have to memorize a lot of things in the streets and where to go to not get lost. So for this carrion, I like to hack this wall. Behind that wall, you will avoid him completely. Then I like to watch the other carrion that is on the left side. We are good. Then just follow the blood path. If you watch this straight jacket, just avoid him if he's away from this entrance. But if he's very close to this entrance, it's better to kill him with the shotgun, because that carrion can be facing you in the entrance, and if he's facing you, you have to kill the carrion also. Otherwise, you cannot like just go around him and go directly to the ladder, or to the stairs, excuse me. So it will depend where the straitjacket spawns and where the carrion spawns. And also in this game, I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of works like Resident Evil 2 Classic. Like some places specifically in Resident Evil 2 Classic, but in this game there's a lot of places like that. Like it will depend where you go, like in what parts you stand or what parts of the street you are going or running. That will inflict the appearance of some enemies, or they won't appear at all. Like for example, the straitjacket sometimes won't appear, and it will depend where you go in the street before entering to that specific section. I'm not 100% sure if it works like that, but it kind of looks that it works like that for all the attempts or all the runs that I make in this game. But anyway, we enter to the theater.
What are you doing in here, Lisa?
Sorry if I scared you. I thought I was the only one in here.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous? You're kidding. The door was open, so I let myself in. I just love the theater, Travis. I want to be an actress. But Mom was a nurse and her mom was a nurse, so I'm going to be a nurse. I've got what it takes, though. I can't stop thinking about you, Travis. I want you. You're all I think about. Let's get the hell out of this crazy town. Run off. The two of us. We could be so good together. See? I could be a star!
Yeah.
Well, see you around.
Right now, not much to worry about. But the introduction to the new enemy, it's right here, but he's sleeping. The mannequins. The mannequins in this game are some kind of kid mannequins. They are called Ariel, specifically in this game.
Beat you, Father.
Hence, hang not on my garment.
So in the feather you can pick up another kind of ammunition for another weapon, the service pistol, but I'm not gonna pick up that weapon in the good ending. So right there is the introduction to the Ariel. Just avoid him completely, turn off your light and continue your way here. It's not necessary to deal with him. We enter to this room, we pick up the sun totem and we leave. Right in this room you can pick up the service pistol if you want to, but it's not necessary with this route. I optimize it very well. There's some more optimizations you can make in this run, the good ending. But I learned them after I do this run, so that's why I'm not showing it right here. So we pick up the power of anime again, the katana, and we use the mirror right here. You can use the mirror without picking up the document if you are on the left side of the mirror. Then we leave. This dodge is very consistent. It's 100% consistent. I just go to the left side, right here, and you will completely avoid the Ariel right there, because the Ariel will aggro when you pass around him. So that's why he cannot grab you. The Ariels, when they are on the ceiling, like hanging on the ceiling, they only grab, they don't attack. And the grab, it's a quick time event, and if you successfully do the quick time event, they won't inflict damage. But when the Ariels are on the floor, they attack, they don't grab. And you will see it right now. And once you shoot them, one shot with the shotgun will make them fall, 4 shots with the normal target pistol will make them fall, and 3 service pistol will make them fall. Of course, I'm gonna explain more about the damage and the weapons in the bad ending, because in that ending is where we're gonna kill more enemies. And right here is just about killing the first Ariel and then just disable the second Ariel so you have a free path to this room and use the mirror again. Like kill the first Ariel with 2 shotgun shells and enter to your menu, reload your shotgun there, and then kill the second one with another, disable the second one with 1 shotgun shell and do not kill him. Not necessary to kill him. So in the real world we have to go to the main entrance to the theater again. So this Ariel is already wake up, so be careful about him. And then just leave the theater. Not completely, go to the main entrance and we have to go to the other side of the theater. And it's mainly because we want to pick up the second totem, like the moon totem, and also the lights for the theater, to make a little puzzle in order to continue with the game. Right here I'm gonna pick up the target pistol ammunition that is on these chairs. Don't worry about the Ariel, it won't aggro to you. So I pick up the 4 lights. Every light has a different watts quantity. Then pick up the shotgun shells that is in front of the lights, just leave. Right here there's 1 enemy on Travis' left side, don't worry about him, just go to the right side. And just continue going down. So right here is the moon totem. What I like to do is go to this side, pick up the totem, and just leave. And I don't worry about the straitjacket, because when the straitjacket is about to grab me or getting close to me, I already get out of the room. You can shoot him one time with the shotgun if you want, or you can throw him a weapon, a throwable, but it's not necessary. So right here I'm just gonna avoid all the aerials, not necessary to disable them nor kill them, because they respawn, so it's not worth it to waste ammunition on them or weapons. I'm gonna use the mirror and leave. So right here I'm gonna equip one throwable, an alcohol bottle, because we're gonna encounter one carrion. For this aerial, just hack the left side. On very wide hallways, very easy to dodge the aerials. On the tight or not very wide hallways, it's kind of hard and it's very specific to dodge them. So that's why when there's a wide hallway, I always dodge the aerials. Or I always avoid them, you know. So for the carrion, just disable him and then continue. We're gonna equip the shotgun right here because there will be 3 aerials on my way where I have to put the totems. And it's possible to dodge them, all of them, and just put the totems and leap. But for some reason that star door that you're watching right now, it kind of bug, and sometimes it won't open. And you have to try another door and then go to that door again, like door on the left side, and then it will work. I don't know why that works. I think it's because there are so many aerials in the scenario right now, and the game doesn't have a lot of memory, and it is not activating the door even when you put the totems. So that's why I just kill all the aerials right here, just to make sure to not get hit. Because the range of the auto attack of the aerials is very annoying. They melee attack, but it has a range, and the range it's disgusting. So for that specific door that I open with the totems, I'm just gonna disable this carrion again with a trouble and just leave. But I was talking about that specific door. That door, it's more an exploit than a glitch. It's only necessary to put one totem, and if you reset the room and you go back to the door will be already available to be opened. I don't use that exploit because it's considered kind of a glitch for another match run, and in all my runs I don't use glitch, or don't use major glitches, but I think that's more an exploit than a glitch, so I think it's okay to use it, but I don't use it anyway. So right here I just pick up the rifle. I kill the 2 aerials because they are on my way back, so it's better to just kill them. The first one, kind of get close to the first aerial and start shooting with the target pistol, because otherwise he will be far away from you and Travis will start missing the shots. And if you turn on the light, you will aggro the second one, and the second one will get close to you when you're killing the first one, and you will waste more ammunition and you will get in trouble. So that's why the first one is the most important one to kill successfully. The second one you can take your time to kill. So right there I just pick up the rifle ammunition on the first door, and then I enter to the second one. I just completely avoid the straight jackets. So for this puzzle, the first one you have to put the 500 watts bulb. For the second one you have to put the 125 watts bulb. The third one is the 700 watts, and the last one is the 250 watts. It's always the same, so the puzzles in this game, it's always the same, it never change. Because I didn't mention that, Silent Hill Origins only have one difficulty. You cannot choose a difficulty in this game. Nor for the action, nor for the puzzles, like on the other Silent Hill games. Alright, so leaving, there's only one straight jacket that it's around the corner on the right side. Not necessary to deal with him, just go directly to the door. You can shoot him if you want to, but as I told you, not necessary. So once we leave this room, there will be 2 aerials in front of us. The only thing you have to do is start running while we hack the right wall. It's important you hack the right wall, not the left one, because the second aerial is rotating to the left side. So if you hack the left wall, the second aerial will hit you immediately. So we take advantage of the aerial rotation. That's why we hack the right wall. Right here we just hack the left side. The second aerial is not a deal, as you can see it's only standing. Of course, the area will aggro when you pass around it, but from when you pass around it and they aggro, you already leave the room. So there's a very tricky thing about pulling the curtains in the theater right now, or before this room, excuse me, because, by the way, here scenario 1, props 2. So the funny thing about that is when you activate the pull lever to pull up the curtains, if you don't wait for the text that says the curtains are going up, and you leave the room before that text, the curtains won't go up, and you will have to pull the lever again, like go back to the room and pull the lever again. So it's important you wait for that text to appear. So when we use the scenario 1 props 2, we enter to this reality, we pick up the key, and you can use other scenario and other prop to get some rifle ammo, but not necessary for the good ending, because we don't kill much enemies. I will teach you about that in the bad ending. So we just leave here, and we have to go to the first section of the theater that we encountered the Ariels the first time. Right here there's a carrion in Travis' right side, so just avoid him. Not necessary to avoid this to deal with this Ariel. Equip the shotgun right here. Disable this Ariel. Do not kill this Ariel because they will respawn, so not necessary to kill those ones. But we have to kill the ones that are at the end of this hallway on the left side. There are 2. So shoot. Once Travis aims to the floor, that means you have to shoot the second time. The Ariels will always die with 2 rifle shots, by the way. They will never tank more, unless they are on the animation of standing up. When the enemies are standing up, they don't have high frames, but they become like tankier. So that's why it's annoying to kill enemies when they are standing up, and it takes you more ammunition or more melee weapons. So that's why finishing them in the floor with an animation of stomping them, or even using a bullet. But I will teach more about that in the bad ending, of course, because it's where we're gonna use that a lot. But anyway, just disable the first Ariel after we leave the room, and we pick up that lever, and just disable the carrion right here with 2 rifle shots. So these Ariels always rotate, but some of the times the one on the right side, that is the important one because it is on our way to the door, won't rotate, and it will just stand still. If that happens, just shoot him one time with the shotgun, but always wait for the left one to rotate. And sometimes the left one won't rotate and the right one will rotate, but that doesn't matter, right? Because the left one is not on our way, so that's okay. So we use scenario 1 and props 3. We equip the katana and we enter to the boss fight. This is the Caliban boss fight. So for the Caliban, we turn off the lights and we have to go behind the Caliban. The Caliban has 2 kinds of auto attacks. One charge attack that he just did, and the other is a stomp attack that I think, no, he didn't do it. He made a charge again. The stomp attack is he just stands still in the same place. And of course you have to take some space between you and the Caliban when he's making the stomp attack, otherwise you will get damaged. And the charge one, it's the most dangerous one because that can hit you very easily. But the Caliban only makes the charge attack when he's facing you. So that's why I'll always go around him. I will always stand behind him and start hitting him with the katana while I'm rotating behind him, while he's rotating to facing me.
You need these, don't you? Not again.
Most of the time the katana will break and if that happens, just equip the other katana. If you know exactly when the katana is going or it's about to break because of the hit you already made.
Riverside Motel. I think I've been there before.
Just equip the other katana before the first one breaks, because the stagger animation of the katana breaking can give the enough time for the Caliban to face you and make a charge attack, and you will be staggered and you can get hit very easily because of that. But yeah, that's the Caliban boss fight. It's basically stand up behind him and always attack him while he's not facing you. If you try to attack him while he's facing you, he will charge to you and he will inflict damage, and the round will be over. So we leave the theater, we pick up the key that we encounter in that aerial body. Right here we just have to pick up the rifle ammo. There's service pistol ammo around the corner on the right side of this room. But because we don't pick up the service pistol ammo, not necessary to go and pick it up. Once we leave this room, the enemies that were before we entered to this place will despawn. They will be changed. So there won't be carrions, as you can see, because there was 2 carrions. There will be one straight jacket on the left side, and there will be one giant carrion on the left side. But guess what? The giant carrion is not dangerous at all, because it doesn't make the jump attack. The carrions have a jump attack that is very dangerous. That's the attack that I told you that is dangerous. But the giant carrion doesn't do that. They just make a stomp attack that is very slow and is very easy to avoid. It's just about running. They are just intimidate. They just like to intimidate you, you know? Like, because they are big, you will think they are dangerous, but they are not. So don't worry about the giant carrions. So we enter to, I think this is the record room, I can remember. We use this money machine, and we press 2, 1, 3, and that will give us a key for the bookstore, I think. We pick up the assault rifle and ammunition for the assault rifle. So a funny thing about the assault rifle ammunition is that the ammunition in the PS2, it has other textures, and in the PSP it's different. It's just like the rifle ammo, but it's green. But in the PS2 version it's not, it's completely different, as you can see. So right here we are in front of the entrance of the hospital. But right here there's some shotgun ammo, so we're just gonna pick it up. We're gonna avoid the straight jacket, and there's one carrion that will be on our right side. Just go to the left side and you should be okay. If the straight jacket is very close to you when you're picking up the shotgun ammo, just shoot him once. So right here there's a possibility that one straight jacket will spawn, but that doesn't happen always. Like in this occasion, the straight jacket in this section didn't spawn, but sometimes he can spawn. If he spawn, just shoot him once, because he won't give you enough time to pick up the assault rifle and leave. He will grab you when you're picking up the assault rifle, or he will even hit you or throw you. I think they throw acid, some kind of white liquid. Right here, just hack the left side, because I think there are 2 or 3 carrions, and there's one giant carrion. The giant carrion is not a threat, so don't worry about him. Right around this corner, there's some rifle ammo, very important, very useful. And just leave while hacking this part of this street. And as you can see, that's the attack of the giant carrion. But because it's very slow, just about running, it's the only thing you have to do in order to avoid it. So right here, make sure that you have your shotgun completely reloaded, just in case. Pick up the energy drink that will be in front of Travis right now. It's also very important for this section, because we don't want to waste time, and we want to get in time for the next carrion that will be in front of Travis on his way. So when Travis gets tired, enter to your menu, drink an energy drink, drink an energy drink, and continue running. And right in this alley, there will be one carrion. And because he's not facing us, he's not a threat, so we can get close to him, shoot him once, he will be disabled. If you want, you can kill him. Not necessary, because we won't go back to that place anymore in the game, so that's why I don't kill him. I just like to disable him. That's the main reason I use the energy drink, because if I just continued running while Travis was tired and he was slow, the carrion won't be like he will be facing us because of the time that we spent. That's why I used the energy drink to be on time for the carrion not facing us, and we will be able to attack him on his back, and he won't be a threat, you know. So there's one Caliban on Travis' left side right now. He's not a threat. On a very rare occasion he can attack you if you aggro him before you start picking up the items. But that doesn't happen very often. I think it's only 1% of the time that will happen, and you will have to aggro him, and you only will aggro him if you don't hack the right side of that street. So we arrived to the motel. We regain control of Travis, and we're just gonna go right here where the keys are. We're gonna pick up this first key, and we're gonna leave from this door. So the motel section is not very complex. There are some things that can go wrong. I'm gonna explain that more with the carrions, to be honest. Because first of all, let's go here. So for these 3 jackets, just get close to them, not too much, because they can grab you if you get too close, and just shoot him once with a shotgun. The second one is right on the third camera change. He's right here. They are always on the side of these chairs. After you disable the second one, just reload your shotgun and go downstairs, and there will be one carry-on below the stairs right now. So just kinda get close to him, not too much, because he will jump otherwise, and just shoot him 2 times. They always die with 2 shotgun shells, as long as you connect the shots. If you don't connect the shots, of course they don't die, or if you're kind of far away from them, they won't die also, because the shotgun, it deals less damage when you are away from the enemy, you know. The closer you are, the more damage it will inflict. So this is the 2-back enemy. It's only necessary to disable him. The 2-back enemy will always be disabled with 2 shotgun shells, but they won't die with 2. They will only be disabled. The 2-back enemy also has a grab attack, and this was the most interesting grab attack of the whole game, because it looks like it inflicts the damage before the QTE, but it doesn't. As long as you make the QTE correctly, it doesn't inflict damage. They also spit some kind of acid or black blood, something like that. And I think they also attack, I cannot remember. But anyway, kill this carrion with 2 shotgun shells. Always turn on your lantern, otherwise Travis will miss the shots for some reason, because it's obscure, it's dark, excuse me. And for this carrion, it's only necessary to disable him. Sometimes on a very rare occasion that carrion won't be there and won't be on the end of the hallway, and it will just give you free pass to the door. Reload your shotgun, kill this carrion with 2 shells. It will be very noticeable when you kill an enemy, because instead of Travis aiming down, he will aim straight, like he just did. For this 2-back, shoot him 2 times with the shotgun, then get close to him and stomp him. Necessary to kill him, because we're gonna go back to this place, specifically where we kill this 2-back, so that's why we kill this 2-back. And then just go to this mirror, use it, go to the real world. Then we just leap, and we are on the other side of the motel. There's one Caliban on the left side. Do not worry about him. He's not a threat. We have to enter to these green doors, and there's one straight jacket on the left side, right on the entrance that we have to go. So get away from him, shoot him 1 time when he's on the floor, get close to him. And as you can see, if Travis is with 1 weapon equipped, and you finish an enemy on the floor, instead of stomping him, he will use the weapon that he has. In this case, a shotgun. Or if you have a melee weapon, he will use a melee weapon also. So pick up the key. The photo is not necessary to pick it up. Only the key. And then we just leap. right now we are on our way to go and face the butcher. So right here, just hack this wall. By doing that, you will avoid completely the Caliban. Before we enter to this room, equip the assault rifle and reload it. Also reload your rifle just in case. But enter to this place to the assault rifle. Because there are two bags in this part. And this section, this alley, it's very annoying because for some reason the hitboxes of the two bags right here, sometimes they won't be active. I don't know why it works like that, but I found that the strat that just hacking the right side, specific on that bush that I just stand up when I start shooting, it kinda avoids that invisible hitbox that they can have. Because if you hack the left side instead of the right side of that alley, and not standing up on that specific bush that I just stand up, most of the time you will miss the shots because for some reason the hitbox won't be active in front of Travis. It's like Travis won't see the enemies for some reason, or he will just start missing the shots. And it's kind of annoying. And using the assault rifle is the best option because with the rifle you only have 4 shots and with the shotgun you only have 2, and if you waste that ammunition, it's possible that the 2-back will be in front of you and maybe they will jump to grab you or they will immediately attack you. So right in this room there's one 2-back in front of Travis right now. Just disable him, not necessary to kill him. You can kill him if you want to, but not necessary. As you can see, I can just pick up the ammo and leap, and the 2-back didn't stand up. Thankfully enough, the 2-back, when it's standing up, it cannot like immediately grab you or attack you. The carrion can, by the way. When the carrion is standing up, he can immediately jump to you. Like he can completely cancel the standing up animation and just jump to you. So that's why the carrion is the most annoying and the most dangerous enemy in this game, to be honest. So we kill that 2-back because we want to pick up the Magnum right here, the Redeemer, and all the ammunition that is on this room. And we will go to the Butcher boss fight. Equip your assault rifle, reload it completely, and just go right to the end of this part. So maybe you notice Travis is tired right now, right? And maybe you think this is an outdoor place because it's an outdoor place, but it counts as an indoor. I'm gonna explain that after the Butcher. So as soon as you gain control of Travis, just go to this part and start shooting from here with the assault rifle. When the ammunition is over, just enter to your menu and reload it from there. Then after the second magazine, just go to this corner and start shooting from here. Always get space between you and the Butcher, and he will be over. And the Butcher has a grab attack, by the way. And the grab attack of the Butcher, it doesn't inflict damage as long as you do the quick time event correctly. That's also another enemy that I test. I test all the enemies that have grabs in this game. The only enemy that I didn't test that has a grab is Sad Daddy, the next boss fight that we will fight at the end of the Motel section. Because it's a very rare attack that he can make. And it's a grab, but I didn't test it. But all the grabs doesn't make damage, but I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. But anyway, I was telling you before the Butchers. By the way, the puzzle for this is take it like a like a clock. It's like 7, 4. Excuse me. It's 8, 4, 9. No, 8, 4, 10, and 1. 8, 4, 10, 1. Just think it's a clock. That's the solution. So I was saying, this looks like an outdoor, right? Because you are outside, you are not indoors. But for the game, these sections of the motel, the alleys, those all the parts that it looks like outdoors, it doesn't count as outdoors for the stamina. So the stamina will refill just like if you are on indoors. That's why Travis get the stamina refill very fast.
Lisa?
Travis?
You have a habit of popping up where you're not wanted, Mr. Grady. Isn't it time you left town?
I can't.
Try harder.
So after the cutscene, just go back to the mirror. There's some ammunition on the other side of this room, but not necessary to pick it up. I think this is one of the longest mirror transitions. There's one two back, right around the corner, but it's not a deal because he's facing the wall, so don't worry about it. Right in this section we're gonna encounter one heart that we have to pick up in order to go to the last part of the game. There's also some ammunition, I think it's rifle ammunition at the end of this part. On the right side, far right side. Yeah, it's rifle ammo. So all the rifle ammo is very useful and very important for the next boss fight. So that's why I just use the shotgun for all the enemies in the Motel section and the assault rifle. Because you want to save all the rifle that you can for Sadadi, that is the next boss fight. Because it will be the best weapon for that fight. So upstairs there will be one straight jacket around the corner, but as long as you don't aggro him, shouldn't be a problem. I think it's kinda impossible to aggro him. You will have to go right in front of him, but why would you do that? So just go to the door, use the dagger, open it. Shotgun ammo right here. And just leave. We want to go right back where the Caliban was in the other side of the motel. But we have to go all this way in order to go there. And remember the two back that we kill in one of the nightmare sections that I told you is very important to kill. Right now we will go right to that part, and if you didn't kill it, he will be waiting for you. I think this is one of the few sections that if you kill the enemy they won't respawn. Because most of the Silent Hill games has that mechanic that the enemies respawn even if you kill them. Yeah, most of the Silent Hill games has that. And also this game, like, you will notice more that in the theater. In the theater is like the section that you will see that the most. Like aerials will respawn all the time. Or almost all the time in a lot of sections. And it's also depending the things you do in the game, like the key items that you find in the game will respawn enemies in some specific places or will change the enemies in some other places, you know, things like that. So you pick up the Redeemer ammo, and right here we're gonna use the heart, and inside the heart there's a ring, and that ring will help to go to the main entrance of the motel. Because right there we're gonna use that ring with a little puzzle, and that will give us access to the special key where we're gonna encounter the last boss fight. Excuse me, the boss fight of this section, the motel section, not the last boss fight. But not more enemies to kill. So it's just about avoiding enemies right here. Thankfully enough, the 2 bugs on this alley, they don't spawn. They don't respawn at all, so... So Straight Jacket, avoid him. Carrion, avoid him. Caliban, avoid him. Not really a threat. Of course the Carrion will be the most dangerous one, but as long as you don't go on his way, should be fine. One more Straight Jacket will spawn there after you pick up this key. So the puzzle right here is 06 in the months, 12 in the days, and 1961 in the year. We use the ring, and after you use the ring, there's 1 key will appear right here. We will leap, and we have to go. We have to backtrack. As I told you, one more Straight Jacket will spawn on this place. But for some reason they don't aggro, even if when you're on their faces. I think it's because also again there are too many enemies and the memory cannot handle a lot. As you can see, I just passed through in front of that Straight Jacket and he didn't aggro at all. And he's not in the darkness, so I don't know. This game works kinda interesting and kinda annoying some of the time. So there will be 2 Calibans now right here. Do not get close to him because they can charge to you, by the way. So do not get overconfident. So we use the mirror, we leave this room, and there will be a long cutscene, and we'll be right in front of the boss fight door after that cutscene.
Daddy?
So maybe you noticed, but I just turned off the light, and in most of the boss fights, because there are cutscenes, Travis' light will be on in the boss fight. But in this boss fight it's very useful, the light, because by keeping the light on, you won't miss shots.
Daddy, I won the game. I still got a quarter left. You want the quarter? Daddy, wake up. Please, Daddy.
I'm not sleeping, son.
Daddy.
You knew I wasn't sleeping. Why did you stand there for so long? It wasn't right.
Please, Daddy.
It wasn't healthy, son.
Daddy, this is insane.
Time you faced up to what happened. Your mother and I will see you in heaven, son.
So as soon as you regain control of Travis, start shooting and moving to the right side. Then reload your weapon in the menu and continue shooting. So this is very, very important. We are watching right now, but the boss is throwing blood, and the blood was right on my face, but it didn't hit me for some reason. And that is because the hitbox of the blood, this is kind of hard to explain. It's like it doesn't hit scan you, but it's like the hitbox of the blood will be on the place that you were when the blood was starting its frames, you know.
How is this even possible? Dad, How could he do that to himself? Why won't you let me forget? Why are you doing this to me? Come out! Come out! I've got your thing for you. Happy? You've dug up my parents. What now? When do we get to look inside your sick little mind?
And because we are moving up all the time, the hitbox it won't be on our way, so it will miss. It's something like that. It's kind of hard to explain. You have to play it, and you will understand. So as long as you continue moving to the left side, then to the right side, the boss shouldn't be able to hit you, even if you throw blood, or even if it tries to bite you, you know, because it has a bite attack. But the blood can be a little tricky and can troll you very easily sometimes, and that will be because maybe you're moving to one side, and because you watch the blood coming through the boss mouth, and you will get scared and you will start moving to the other side instead of going to the same side that you were going because there was space, and you will get hit because of that. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but always move to one side, then to the other. Do not try to cancel one movement, like if you're moving to the left side and you watch the blood and start moving to the right side immediately, when there's space on the left side, you know. If there's a space on the left side, continue moving to the left side, because the blood will be will go to the place that you were before. It works something like that. It's not so complex, and it's very consistent with the rifle. And the rifle is the best weapon because it will only take you like, I think, 12 rifle shots to kill the boss, something like that.
You're here? Wait!
The spell. Now, she is free.
I just want to end this. I thought that's what she wanted too. I want out. Can you help me?
You want out? Ha ha! Far too late for that. Even with your misguided help, she can't stop us now. The ceremony begins soon. Finally, she will birth God! Here she comes. Look upon what you have wrought!
But anyway, the last puzzle was... It's always the same. It's moving the first piece 2 times, then press R1, moving the first piece 2 times, then press R1, moving the second piece 2 times, press R1, and moving the fourth piece once, and you will solve it. Right in this last nightmare section, there's a lot of giant carrions, and there's also 2 bugs. They are not normal carrions, thankfully, and there are not straitjackets. Really only Calibans, giant carrions, and tubacs. The Calibans and the giant carrions are not a threat, so you can avoid them completely just by passing through them or passing around them. But the tubacs can be on a very tricky places or very tight places, so that's why I just disable them. I reload my weapon and I just pass around them. There are some places that you can pick up ammunition right here, but not really necessary. The only ammunition that we're gonna pick up is the Redeemer ammunition that we're gonna encounter right in front or on the side of one Caliban that I think is right here. Yeah, it's right here. So see this Caliban? Behind this Caliban on the right side there's some Redeemer ammo. Just picked up. Do not worry about it. There's also another interesting thing about the PS2 version of this game. This giant carrion that is in front of Travis right here, for some reason, it stays there. It never passed through that wide, tight place. But if you try to... Sometimes the hitbox of that giant carrion will body block you, and you will have to kill that giant carrion. But on the PSP version, for some reason, that giant carrion doesn't stay there. Start going patrolling to the left side, and it gives you free pass to for that place, you know. So reload your Redeemer, and we're gonna encounter the last boss fight. So the last boss fight is Alessa's dream, and it's very important that you enter to the boss fight with the light on. At first there's this little section where Travis has to crawl for almost a minute. So let me explain about the last boss fight in this time. So for the last boss fight we're gonna use an strat that was found out by Bacheras and Miguel MM95. They are two very close friends of mine that they work in this game before I got this run. And the strat is about posing, like Alessa's dream has three kinds of auto attacks. It has a laser beam, it has an auto attack, like an slash attack, and it has a meteor attack. The meteor attack is the worst, because the meteor attack, the meteors will fall down to the floor on RNG places, like it's not always in the same place. And because of that we're gonna use a post strat, so let me start the fight.
She's really worked you over, hasn't she? I'm surprised to see you. We had assumed you'd just leave. Well, time to put her pawn to sleep. Good night.
She's here. We need to begin this now.
Don't worry, Dahlia. With him out of the way, she has no conduit for her power.
Mama? Mama? What is it?
Don't touch.
Ow, it's hot!
Leave it be. It is a cage for a demon. Contained? His power will focus yours. Release him, and we will all burn in the fires of hell.
As soon as we regain control of Travis, we start moving forward and to the right side, and we shoot 6 times, we pause, then we press select, then reload our Redeemer. Then we continue doing that by going to the other place. Alessa's Dream is giving me a very good RNG right here. I don't know if it's gonna give me the meteor attack. Yeah, that's the meteor attack. So when the meteor attack is coming out, you have to start running, and while you are running, you have to pause. It's kinda annoying to control like that, the control, because the movement is the left stick, the run button is square, and the pause is the start button. But it's not impossible. And the main reason I pause is because when I pause, I can watch where the meteors will go, are going to fall on the floor. and it will give me enough time to react and move Travis to the other side and not going directly to the meteor in the floor, you know. So Alessa's dream is throwing meteors again. I'm just gonna I will just restart the same strat, and as you can see, I can see the meteors. So if a meteor is in front of me like that one, I just can move Travis to the other side and completely avoid the meteor, you know. So that's why I pause and unpause while I'm running. And it's a very consistent strat for this specific attack, because this is the worst attack that he can have. So once he stops throwing meteors, just continue shooting him with the Redeemer. When you are out of ammunition, pause, then press select. If you are out of ammunition, just use your assault rifle. And it should be done with just one magazine or 2 mags of the assault rifle. And he's about to throw, I think... No, that's the laser beam. And that's Alessa's dream.
I don't believe it. Harry, it's a baby.
It's a girl. Go on. Hold her.
Cheryl. We'll call her Cheryl.
Half the soul is lost. The seed lies dormant.
The other half is not lost. We'll use a summoning spell. Hearing her pain, it is sure to come.
It will take time.
We can wait.
So maybe you were wondering why I was why I was pausing before reloading, like pausing before pressing select and enter to the menu. And that's a cancel of the animation of Travis. Because if you just hold the select button or start tapping the select button to enter to the inventory when you're out of ammunition, it will take more time. But if you pause first and then after the pause you press the inventory button, it will be faster. So that's why I pause and then I go to the inventory menu. It's just a cancel of animation to make things faster and safer, because you will have more time to continue shooting before Alessa's dream can do anything else. The laser beam is just about moving to the sides, not standing still in one place. And the attack, of course, is just getting away from him, from Alessa's dream. If Alessa's dream starts getting close to you, just get away from him. And that's the last boss fight. But anyway, this was Silent Hill Origins on Save No Damage on the PS2 version of the game. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you like, hope you enjoy. Getting the good ending, by the way. Next videos will be bad ending and the UFO ending that are possible to make without New Game Plus weapons. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Big shoutouts to Bacheras and Miguel MM95. I'm gonna leave their channels in the description and hopefully in cards in the video, because they helped me a lot with this run. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Ares, and I see you next time.